What up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 46 today of the My Player Career Mode. If you watched yesterday's episode, you will know we started our first leg off against St Etienne in the Champions League, and we watched Ben and the rest of the boys take them on. I'm about to spoil the result of that one, so if you haven't already seen it and you want to check it out, then please do click off this video, go back to that one from yesterday, and then come back to this afterwards. So as you know, we're 2-0 up on aggregate after Ben scoring and then kind of making the other one after an own goal happened. So at the moment, the Real Madrid are sat in a really good position. So yeah, pretty decent to see. And thank you so much as well for all the support in yesterday's episode in advance. What I will say is as well, if you've left some comments and stuff on that episode for me to check out, and they're not done in today's episode, that will be because I pre-recorded yesterday's and today's at the same time, so I won't have seen them and haven't been able to act upon them, so hopefully you guys understand that. But when this one does eventually come out, of course, yesterday's episode will have also gone live as well, so you guys will know the results and stuff. Should be quite good to see. Now, as you know, Ben has had a really good season so far at Real Madrid, barring that one little, blip where they were knocked out against Villarreal. But today's episode is an also important one because when they're playing against St Etienne 2-0 up, they want to obviously get through that one. And they kick-started today's episode off with the game against Celta Vigo in the league. And right from the off, Ben had the first chance of the game, which he should have scored himself. Instead, the keeper makes a good save, which falls straight to Salvio, who slots home to give Madrid the lead inside 3 minutes. What a dream start to today's episode. Really couldn't have asked for a better way to start it off. Although, having said that, Ben, to the little bit of criticism that I'm going to say, how was he not scoring that originally? You know, the first shot where he has it and the keeper makes a save, arguably Ben should be burying that every day of the week. So, I have to admit, I saw that and I was like, Ben, mate, not good enough, pal. Absolutely not good enough. You should be scoring that. 100% when he gets through on the left foot, he should at least be getting it, I guess, more in the corner than he did, let's put it that way. So it's a bit disappointing to see Ben not score, but of course for the team it really doesn't matter because Salvio then slots in the rebound and makes the score 1-0. And then 9 minutes in, Ben here, you can see it kind of was a weird edit in there, guys. I apologise. Yeah, it was a weird edit, but a minute skipped basically from Ben winning the ball, and then we ended up scoring the second of the game. Ben pretty much like for like with the first goal, except this time he says, you know what, I made the mistake in the first one, I didn't score it. This time around, I'm going to make no mistake in this second chance. And he slots that one into the bottom corner, like he probably should have done with the first one. So, again, there goes me eating my words, because I was having a go at him just before that for missing the chance that he did, but then he does that so to shut me up, basically. So I guess I could just be quiet now, you know. I can't really complain, can I? But 31 minutes in, Ben again on the ball here. You can see on this right-hand side, whips a great cross towards the back post. I'm thinking, Ronaldo, mate, get your noggin on that, son. He does it, but sadly, the keeper is equal to it, and Madrid do not add a third inside the first half. And after that, literally nothing happened. Like, it was a boring end to the game. I think Real Madrid kind of realised they had the job done, so stopped committing men forward, and Celta Vigo really couldn't break them down after that. So, very, very few chances in the second half, and it ended up being a 2-0 win for Real Madrid. Both of the goals coming in the first 10 minutes of the game. So, yeah, I guess you can say job done in the first 10 minutes from that one there. But a few things to note as well. After today's episode, there is going to be, of course, the draw for the Champions League, regardless of whether or not Real Madrid are in it or not. But the only issue with the draw is that I can't show you who has got who, even if, of course, I'll still show you the draw regardless of result, because I want to see who wins it and eventually goes through to win it. But when I tried to show the draw after the episode was done and show you right at the end like I usually do, the game itself, or the rest of the games in the group in the first knockout round, haven't been played. So I'm in the like darkness as much as you guys are. I don't know who is in the next round and who is playing who in the next round. So that will all have to wait for the next episode. Of course, I'll still show you it, even if Real are not in it, and even if they are, of course, because I still want to see how some of the other teams are getting on, potentially Spurs, because, of course, Ben came from Spurs. They're back in the Champions League. I want to see how they get on in their game and check that out, because there is, of course, a massive potential, I guess, that Real Madrid can meet them in the next round if they both get through. So we'll see if that's going to be the case. It would be great, wouldn't it, to have the game against Spurs with this Real Madrid team in the Champions League. But I'm not going to jinx it, because, of course, I've still got the game to come today in the St Etienne game, and then, of course, some of the games still have to be played after that anyway. So there's a lot that needs to go the way of Real Madrid for that tie against Spurs to be set up. So I'm excited. Hopefully they'll get them anyways, guys. I mean, I've had a little bit of luck in the past with certain draws. Of course, when we were at Spurs, Ben had Arsenal 6 times last season in one season. So it is very possible that'll get my look for this one, and we will get a draw against Spurs if they can make it through against Saint Etienne, and of course if Spurs make it through as well. So we'll see. But moving into the next game, guys, and it is going to be a 4-3-3 again. Salvio is actually being picked over Gareth Bale a hell of a lot now, and I don't know why, considering the fact that Salvio is 8 ratings lower, or maybe even 9 ratings lower, but he's playing well. So you know what? I can't really complain, because Salvio is scoring goals when he needs to, and 50 minutes is how long it took for the first chance to present itself in this one. It was actually Salvio again with the goal. I mean, what do I say? Like, this episode, I mean, all I've done is eat my words so far. I had to go at Ben earlier for missing chances, and then he went and slotted one home that was like exactly the same as the first one. And then I was asking why Salvio is playing over Gareth Bale, yet he then scores this goal, which gives Real Madrid the lead in the 50th minute. So, I mean, pretty much, it's been an episode where I just haven't got anything right, have I? But you know what? I have to say, Salvio, to his credit, may not be one of the best players in the side, but certainly performing, he is one of the best informed players at the moment. So credit to him, because he's not somebody that you would think would be a match winner, but he's popping up with these goals when it matters. He got one in the last episode, and he got the match winner in that one, and he may have another one in this one here, as Ben was looking himself to get on the score sheet after assisting Salvio's opener. He had a really good effort to do so, and look how close he was to making the score 2-0 there. He's known for a few screamers this season, and that would have been another one to add to the list had it have gone in. But disappointingly, it didn't, and Ben could not find the back of the net with that one. So it is what it is. I mean, they'll still take a 1-0 if they can defend against Malaga, and that's exactly what happened, or so I thought, because then Ben decided when he had the ball in the 90th minute, he was going to do something stupid, and then he gave the ball away. Malaga go through, and they are inches away from making the score 1-1. So again, Ben let off with a lifeline there. I mean, I know he's world class and everything, I know he's great, but he is kind of a liability when it comes to having the ball inside Real Madrid's area. So if that is the case, maybe he needs to, or, you know, Zidane needs to have a few words with him and just say, listen, mate, you can do all your fancy tricks up on the other end, but when you get the ball at your feet in the Real Madrid half, look to pass and get out of it first, rather than trying to do anything silly. So he could have, he avoided embarrassment there. He could have been a 1-1 draw quite easily if Malaga had found the back of the net with that chance, and it would have been Ben to blame as well. But, I mean, it is what it is, and Real Madrid have come away with the 3 points regardless. But yeah, a little bit worrying from Ben, I have to admit, because he's done that a couple of times now, where he's had the ball in areas where he really shouldn't lose it, and then he does, and then that creates a chance for the opposition. So again, maybe that's his decision-making. I mean, remember, guys, he's only 22, so he's still kind of an inexperienced player, even though he has played over 100 professional games now, and a lot of them coming at the top tier of football. You know, in England, he had the Premier League. Now he's in the Liga Santander, so he is in a very competitive league. So it's not like he's playing at amateur clubs or whatever, but he's still somewhat inexperienced. So I guess you can say that is a problem as well. But moving into the third game, as you can see, Sevilla, the opponents for this one. Again, it is a 4-3-3, but most importantly, Salvio is not in the side. It is Gareth Bale who'll be making an appearance in this game here, which I was a bit surprised about, because as I said earlier, Salvio in good form. So should he be playing more? I don't know, but he isn't in this team now, but I'm sure he's made the bench, much like Gareth Bale was doing. Whether or not Zidane's trying to experiment and see what his best team is, I guess you can say, because he's had a few additions to the clubs recently. He's had a few people going out as well, and you've got to remember, Ronaldo's decreasing in terms of his ability. So maybe Zidane's just trying new stuff out, you know what I mean? So that could be a possibility as well. Maybe he thinks that Salvio is going to be a good replacement for when Ronaldo kind of just doesn't, I guess, keep doing what he's doing. But at the moment, it looks okay, and the team that they've got, again, it's a strong one for Madrid. Rashford, Aguero, and Gareth Bale as a front three is pretty decent, if I do say so myself. So Sevilla still got a really tough game on their hands, even without Salvio, the informed man on the pitch here. But 21 minutes in, to their credit, Joaquin Correa does the middle man in the box, and then just fires into the near post and makes us all look silly, because defensively, that was shocking, Ben. That was absolutely shocking. You can see, watch this replay. I don't know what Ben is trying to do. I mean, that's probably why he doesn't start, you know, kind of playing in these defensive positions, because he just doesn't even, doesn't even put a tackle in. Just runs straight past him. He's like, okay, done my job. It's up to you guys now. And then Correa makes them both, him and the defender, look like absolute mugs, because he finds the near post, past the goalkeeper, and he makes the score 1-0. So I know Ben's great going forward, but defensively, he's not that great, is he? So, again, disappointing from Ben, but we'll see if he can make amends here. 45 minutes on the clock, finding nice passing play, gets the ball back here, looking to make the score 1-1, but sadly, his shot is weak, and it's straight in the hands of the Sevilla goalkeeper. Into the second half we go, 58 minutes into it, Ben on the ball here, nice little pass, I guess you could say backwards. He eventually finds the ball at his feet again, a right-footed through ball straight through the middle, finding that man on his teammate, and it actually was somebody who you probably wouldn't expect to be in that position in the form of Llorente, and he slots home to make the score 1-1. So I guess you can say, although that probably doesn't make up for what Ben did defensively, I mean, he still kind of helped his team out there with a right-footed through ball straight into the path of Llorente, and he has made no mistake with a finish. That was a great finish, considering the fact that Llorente is like a holding midfielder rather than a attacker. That is a solid finish from him. So yeah, full credit to him. Of course, he missed a few games with injury over the course of like the last few episodes, but he's back and he's in the side. And luckily for Real Madrid, he's firing goals into the back of the net, and that was his final contribution to the game, and what an important one it could be. As you can see, the fans loving that one there. So 90 minutes on the clock. Sevilla have done what not many teams have managed to do this season and taken points off of Real Madrid. I don't really know what to say about that, rather than the fact that, again, Ben, shocking defensively. At least they got back on level terms, so they didn't lose the game. But when you're at home to Sevilla, is a draw enough? Is that enough? You know what I'm saying? So, as I said, Sevilla have done what not many teams have done this season, and they've got some points away from the Santiago Bernabeu. So, yeah, disappointing. But at the moment, it's looking pretty good. Madrid are sat top of the table. It doesn't really look like they're going to drop that many points in the next few games, which means now I think it's safe to say if they do their job correctly, they should be crowned champions. They're at least, I would say, 7-8 points clear at the moment. So even if they drop, maybe a few points here and there by getting draws rather than wins, it's not going to be that bad, but you want to win all the games you can. You want this title wrapped up as soon as possible. So I suppose you want to do it in the fastest fashion, and that way is by winning games, not drawing them. So away from some league action now into the Champions League. And as I said from yesterday's episode, Real Madrid hold a 2-goal advantage over Saint Etienne here. And the player to watch is actually Ben. Of course, he had a great first leg, scoring and making the defender make the mistake for the second one. So basically, he kind of carried the Madrid side, if you will. And the side from Madrid, again, it's so strong. Bale, Aubameyang, and Ronaldo up top. Llorente, the hero against Sevilla, of course, in the last game, is in the side as well. And I'm pretty sure Aubameyang once played for Saint Etienne as well. I could be wrong, though. So if I am, I apologise. But I'm pretty sure he did. So in that aspect of it, Aubameyang against his former club. We'll see if he can slot home and make the score 1-0, if he can do so, or even make the score 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, anything the Madrid boys want to do. But yeah, I mean, pretty much it's Madrid. They just got to do the job today, and they had a great chance to take the lead. Ben, what are you doing, pal? Honestly, again, what's wrong with him? He's had some of these chances that he should be burying. You're used to seeing the net bulge with these chances, and he's missed a few of them today, and then disaster kind of struck, because when you're chasing a league title, you want your best players fit, and Gareth Bale picked up an injury, which didn't look great because he was forced off the field to play after this with that injury. I mean, luckily, Salvio, as I said, is in good form, and he can play the same position. I guess Karim Benzema could go in there, Ronaldo could go in there, Rashford even could go in there if he needed him to. So, in terms of squad depth, they're not terribly bad, but I mean, it's not great to see when you got one of your better players out injured after that. So, with 3 minutes to go, Real Madrid pretty much had the job done. As I said, all they needed to do is not lose the game, and they would be fine. And then Ben set in, I think it was Benzema on the right-hand side. He nodded down for Aubameyang to slot home and make the score 1-0. So, as I said earlier, can he make the score 1-0? He did. So, again, pretty decent. I mean, that doesn't really have an impact on the game, because with 3 minutes to go, 2-0 up, Saint Etienne would need to score twice in the last 3 minutes to take the game to extra time, which didn't really look like a possibility considering the fact they didn't create a chance in the first 80 minutes of the game. So I felt pretty confident even before Aubameyang slotted home there, and that pretty much sends Madrid through. So as I said earlier on, guys, I am hoping that there's going to be a draw, and I'm hoping, please, if there is an EA God, that Spurs will draw Real Madrid in the next round of the Champions League, because I think that would make a great game in terms of action and entertainment. So hopefully that will be something that happens in the next episode. I mean, I'm in the dark as much as you guys are. As I said, the draw hasn't been done yet. I don't know who's got who. That will have to wait until the next episode, because next episode, there's a game against Barca to come as well. That's right. The second El Clasico of the season is upon us, guys. And Spurs and Bayern there, you can see he played out a 1-1 draw, but of course we don't know what happened in the first leg. So I'm hoping Spurs got through, please. But we'll see. Anyways, guys, I will catch you all for the next episode very soon. If you enjoyed this one, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. As I always say, guys, thank you for your continued support on the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, click the little bell next to the subscribe button. You always get notified of when a video goes live, guys. But other than that, I will see you all again very soon for another episode of the My Player Career Mode. Thank you for watching. Catch you all later. Adios.